Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of solving data problems. This is standard 4.9b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 9 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we have the stem and leaf plot, and it shows the number of minutes Brianna is practicing her piano each day. And we need to find the total number of minutes for the 2 days that Brianna practices the longest. All right, so if we know how to read a stem and leaf plot, this is a fairly simple problem. We can probably actually do this mentally, but in case we don't, let me show you how it works. We always want to start down here with the key, because normally it's going to be like this, to where we're represented in two different place values. So the 2 and then that vertical line in the 7, that represents the stem right here. And this right here is the leaf. And that key is very important because the 2 and then the line and then the 7, that means 27. So that's pretty standard. That means our stem is going to be our tens place, and then our 7 is going to be our ones place. We watch that because we can sometimes have decimals. Sometimes it can be 2.7, or sometimes the stem might be in the hundreds place or something. So you don't want to just assume what these numbers mean. Now, this is where we have to start interpreting it. On each of these lines, we've got a stem, and then most of them have at least 2 leaves. There's a few that don't. So this is not 257. So that's not what this is. So I'll put a red X on that. It is not 257. Those are two separate numbers. The 2 on the stem goes with that leaf of 5, so that's 25. And then that 2 with that stem goes with the other leaf, 7. So it's a way of writing two different numbers, 25 and 27, without repeating the 2. So it makes it a little bit more efficient. And it's almost like a horizontal bar graph, because you can tell where the numbers are clumped together. Right now they're pretty spread out. But you can tell by how far it sticks out, like you would a bar graph. The longer the bar, the more are with that particular one. In this case, we're looking at a set of 10. So this is not 344. It's not what we're talking about here. Instead, this is doubled. Now it's 3 and then a 4, and then another 3 and then a 4. So you repeat a number by just writing that leaf twice, 4, 4. So that means there's two separate 34s. This is 40, so we can go ahead and write a 40 right here, and it looks like 40. So it's deceptive. Unless we're really looking close, we might think they all work like that. This is a 55, and those two work because there's only one number on the leaf column. If there's more than one number in the leaf column, you need to separate them out. So this is not 638. Instead, we're separating out the 63 and then the 68. Now, this is what we're going to need here, because we're looking for the 2 days that Brianna practices the longest. Now, I'm surprised that 700 is not an answer choice here, because I think this would probably be an incorrect choice that students will probably want to select. But that's not 700. Those are the two zeros, which means they're two separate numbers. We separate them out. 7 with a 0, 7 with a 0, 70. Now, this is where we have to do a little bit of thinking, but honestly, most of us, it's not going to be that difficult. We need to find the two that have the longest. So if we were to put these in order, you'll notice the stem and leaf plot itself is already in order. The two numbers that are the longest, we'll just look down at the bottom of the stem and leaf plot and find the last two numbers, and that final row has only two numbers, and it's right there. So if we can recognize that the longest means the two greatest, so we have to equate these two. Longest in this situation means greatest. Find where it is. We have 70 and 70, and if you want to, you can add them up with a standard algorithm, but most of us are probably doing that mentally. That's where I said you might be able to do this in your head. If you add the two 70s, you're going to get 140. And so that is our answer A.